What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my first ever iRacing stream here on my channel. The race is about an hour and 10 minutes away right now. I've just jumped into practice session. I hope everything is working fine. It looks fine as far as I can see. If there are any problems with the stream, please put them in the chat. I have my iPad right in front of me here, where my camera sits actually, so whenever something pops up, hopefully I can see it as soon as possible, as I have to concentrate on driving as well, of course, here on the stream. But yeah, like I said, I'm in a practice session right now. The race is about a little bit more than an hour away. So I'll be just doing some practicing before the start of the race, because I didn't really get to practice that much during the week, but I just came out of test session right now, just me on the track, and I'm probably not one of the faster ones, but it should still be fun with all the mayhem that usually is in the lower splits of the Formula 3 series here in iRacing. And yeah, I don't know how the stream is going. I'm just going with it. It looks to go better than the stream I did yesterday with Josh and Derek, which was, if I dare say so, a total shit show. I think the video is still on my channel, and it probably will stay there and public for everybody to see, because it's shameful, and the shame has to be put out there, and that's totally on me. But I hope this stream is going better than the one yesterday did. But enough for the talking. Like I said, we're in Zandvoort today. The race is going to be 20 laps. I think it's at about noon, the time of the race in sim. I think it's, let me just check. Yeah, it's 12:50. So just a little bit after afternoon. But yeah, like I said, I'm already in a practice session, so I'm gonna stop talking right now and jump into the practice session. And like I said, if there's something wrong with the stream or anything else, I'm always thankful for any tips and hints for anybody watching, if you put them in chat. Like I said, race is starting at 3:15 Eastern time, so hang back and enjoy some practice with me as well. I definitely can need it, so let's go into practice. Alright, now you should have the sound on as well, and hang on, there we go. My mouse for my sim is not the best, so bear with me during the transitions. It's not that easy, and I haven't really figured out where to put my stuff for streaming yet. So like I said, my first ever iRacing stream. A lot of new stuff to consider when you're streaming compared to when I'm doing my videos. So let's get out on track.
Watch your mirrors, there's a car approaching.
Alright. Oh, that's way too loud on my ears.
On your
Let
left.
him by.
Clear left.
Alright, yeah, but like I said, streaming is a lot different than making my usual videos like I did last year with the TCR stuff. I said about 3 or 4 months ago that I wanted to put some Formula 3 videos up on my channel as well, and I tried. It wasn't because of a lack of trying, but basically every time I went into a Formula 3 race and I tried to record it, for whatever reason my sim PC decided to just not work anymore, or the sim decided to crash for whatever reason. So okay, first crash of the session. Not even completed my first lap. But yeah, I hope this goes better today than what it was when I was trying to record. I tried it before on a test stream, a private test stream with 40 AIs, and it worked. So I hope AI and actual online racing on iRacing don't differ that much on actual performance consumption.
Sector 1 is 1.8 off the pace.
Yeah, I'm not driving full speed right now. That's definitely not my real pace while I'm talking right now. I just want to get accustomed to the setup. I'm using the virtual racing school setups, by the way. I don't have time to do my own setups, and I have in nowhere any idea how to get a good setup in this car anyway, so I just went and got a VRS subscription, and
Sector 2 is 1.5 off the pace.
yeah, and got the data packs and the setups from there. So of course, during the stream, when I'm changing the setups during the race and qualification, I gotta hide it, so no setups from me today, or probably ever. But
D19. Sector 3 is 1.3 seconds off the pace.
so about a casual 4 seconds off pace with a 1:33.0, which is not good. I think my best lap I did in this car in Zandvoort during the week. I had a little bit of practice, so I actually know my way around here in this car a little bit.
Sector 1 is 1.5 off the pace.
My crew chief keeps interrupting me, but I was saying that my best time so far this week, I believe, was either a low 30 or high 29, so something around the 130. Which I'm definitely not doing right now, because when you're talking, you're usually not that fast, and I'm definitely just trying to get a rhythm here to see I can get a couple of laps in without spinning. Not really trying to find the absolute maximum before I crash out, despite me using a lot of curb here.
P20.
Alright.
That puts you 3.8 seconds off the pace. Sector 3 is 1.1 seconds off the pace.
Alright. My wheel decided not to shift there, but it's just practice, so I'm fine with that. Alright, Derek, I see you in chat. Nice to see you watching my stream. Hope you enjoy it. Don't know how long you've been watching, but you got a little time. It's about an hour till the race, so still a long wait. It's just practicing right now, and me locking up the brakes like I did right now. Okay, dude, lock the brakes and don't drive into me. Oh, and the grass is eyes, of course. Let's reset to the pits, and let's get out there again. I forgot to map my pit limiter
Pit
as
exit's
well.
clear.
So, thank God I don't have to pit during this race, otherwise this would be a huge problem, but enough time to set it regardless, but I don't really need it during the race, like I said. Oh God. Watch the road, Toby. Don't watch the stream. Alright, got somebody as a reference in front of me. I was a bit wide, didn't really hit the apex. And by the way, if you're watching this, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce the Dutch corner names here around Zandvoort, because I'm 100% positive I'm gonna butcher those names. Anyway, so I'm not even gonna attempt it. Oh god, that's a big off. Alright. Hope I don't do this in the race. For right now it's alright, but that second to last turn is really tricky because you kind of gotta keep the momentum up for the start finish straight, but also not get a tire into the gravel pit, because what happened to me last lap is gonna happen to you every time you get a wheel out on the grass or the dirt. So really tricky to get it right, but all the more satisfying if you get it right, or when you get it right.
Sector 1 is 1.4 seconds off the pace.
Yeah, I'm definitely not on pace right now, but I'm also probably with some of the top guys in F3 in this practice session as I lock up my brakes into that corner again. So definitely something to watch out for during the race. Again, this corner you can really cut it and put it on the over the curb with two wheels without getting enough track in iRacing. And you really got to try to get as early on the gas as you can, but not too early, like I said, and spin out.
22nd place. That's your quickest lap in this session. Sector 3 is 0.9 off the pace.
Yeah, those are definitely not fast laps right now. Low to mid 32s. Definitely not what I want to do. Definitely got to get 1.5, 2 seconds faster than what I'm doing right now to be somewhat competitive. And when I say competitive, I don't mean overall, I just mean in my split. Which, like the stream title already suggests, I think is gonna be total mayhem as Formula 3 races with the new damage model that was introduced last season to the Formula 3 cars usually are. I think I had one race last season that I tried to record and had some problems with it, where I crashed out in the first lap within 3 corners or so, and I believe it was Road Atlanta. And I had a 2-minute or 3-minute pit stop or tow back into the pits, and out of 25 or 26 cars...
That's your fastest lap. Your last lap time was at 1:31.1.
I still somehow came fourth after having a 2 or 3 minute tow back to the pits, and that last lap, that 1:31.0, that's more in the general area of lap times that I want to see around here in Zandvoort out of the Formula 3 car. It's still not quite there.
Sector 1 is 0.9 off the pace.
I'd really like to see a 29, but that might be something to kind of leave for the race. And finally, my livery has updated to the actual Third Down Squad podcast livery I usually have on my car.
Sector 2 is 0.9 off the pace.
let's get this right. That was okay. I'm okay with taking the penultimate corner like that. Low 31,
You're
okay.
currently 2.6 seconds off the leader's pace. You've just done a 131.1.
Okay, that sounds not too bad. Because I still think I have quite some time. Dude, what the fuck, man? Are you serious right now? Thank God it's just practice, but that's usually the shit that also happens during races, so don't get black
Pit
flags.
exit's clear.
I don't think you get black flags in practice for speeding in the pits, but definitely not something I want to do in stream, so I really don't want to try to get a black flag here. And that was probably one of the worst corners I ever drove. But it's just an outlap, so who really cares? Right, I'm trying to not talk that much right now and maybe get a rhythm for some more concentrated laps. See if I can get into the 129.
B17.
Not if I brake like that, that's for sure. Don't go wide.
The guy ahead's last lap time is a 130.7.
Yeah, I'm definitely not beating him on this lap, because that first sector was an absolute shit show.
Sector 1 is 1.7 off the pace.
Oh my god. Another guy off. At least he was off track and just rolling back into the middle of the track like some other guys. Alright, still a mid-32.
Sector 3 is 0.9 off the pace.
Thought that was a lot slower than that. Especially with that first sector. Oh, somebody was holding to the wall. Bits and pieces all over the track. Go a little bit into the rev limiter. There. Not quite ideal. Very wide. The rear. Part of the curb. Into the limiter, big slide late on the brake. That ain't it. Once again, with the limiter. Gotta avoid that. That was pretty nice, I believe. At least it felt nice. Still in the 131s.
That was 131.2.
That was very slow. Here as well. Way too early apex. Slow car. Thank you for letting me by.
Sector 1
car into gravel pit.
Off the pace.
Okay, that's how I want to drive that corner. Is there anybody on this lap that can stay on track?
Sector 2 is 0.7 off the pace.
It's like driving through a graveyard here. Oh god. That was nearly bad. Had to lift a little bit in the middle of the corner. 130, come on! 130.8.
That's your fastest lap today. You're now 2.3 seconds off the pace. Sector 3 is 0.6 off the pace.
I think I can still find another second here around. I think there were still some places where I lost some time. Especially with all the cars off track. Big bump. Once again, hit the rev limiter. Not ideal, but not really that bad at that part of the track because you have to downshift pretty soon afterwards anyway. That was a bit wide. Okay. That could be good. That could be really good. Oh, Jesus.
V12, that's your quickest lap. You're currently 1.3
My monitor is about to shut off.
Sector 3 is 0.2 off the pace.
I still got a big box on my screen. I can't see anything. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. There we go. Sorry about that. I realized I was just standing in the middle of the road over a little hill in the track, so it's probably not the best part of the track to just come to a standstill and do some stuff on your monitor. Oh god. Well, I'm driving a 29.8 and now this. Awesome. yeah, 12th in a practice session with, well, I got 34 people on the leaderboard, so it's probably a full practice session. I think it's 40 people, or even more, and I'm in 12th. I'm pretty happy with that.
0.9 off the pace.
And I don't really had the feeling during the lap that it was really a lap that I can duplicate or do consistently. So at least in the track conditions and weather conditions, the practice session is set right now. I hope the race is similar to that. But the VRS setup feels pretty nice. I think you have the weather info on your screen down in the telemetry box. I don't really have time to look at it right now, but the car is feeling pretty good. Really stable out of the corners. Really stable into them. So this could actually be good. I'm not really hunting for a lap time anymore right now. I'm just cruising around and getting my marks in. Probably a 32. Yeah, 32.1.
You're a second off the pace in sector 3. Sector 1 is 1.1 seconds off the pace.
It's actually alright, I think. Didn't really listen to my crew chief when I did my 129. So I don't really know how far off pace it was in the 3 sectors specifically. But I think about 1 second slower in the first sector was
Sector
usually
2 is
pretty okay
0.9 off the pace.
I can't even make out the fastest lap right now because I have my stream preview as a pretty small picture.
Okay, Toby, you need to watch the track limits.
They're all grayed out the times. I tried to get them all in white so you guys can read them better, but I couldn't figure it out. So if anybody's watching this, who knows how to work the GRT timing page to get times to show up in white all the time or in a solid color, it would be really much appreciated if you could maybe get in contact with me over chat or send me a DM on Twitter.
Sector 1 is 0.8 off the pace.
I have no clue how to do it. I'll try and fix it for the next stream again, but I can't really think of another way than what I've already tried today. And by the way, if this stream works fine, I'll really try and
off the pace.
Alright, I'll try and do all those, all my F3 races on either Saturday or Sunday, depending on how I've got time. I really want to stream basically weekly my Formula 3 races if it works. Or at least some other race. I could also imagine doing the TCR races again.
You're now 2.5 off the leader's pace. Sector 3 is 0.9 off the pace.
But I'm actually not entirely sure, I don't think. there is just the TCR races anymore. I think they didn't add a only Audi RS3 LMS series. I think it's still only the Michelin Pilot Challenge, or the IMSA Michelin Pilot Challenge, I should say, with the Audi RS3 LMS car.
You're a second off the pace in sector 1.
That is now paired with the GT4, the Porsche Cayman. So I'm not really a fan of multi-class racing. So, oh god, really spun the car there. So I'm not entirely sure if I want to go into the IMSA Michelin Pilot Challenge again. But I kind of love the Audi to drive with its front-wheel drive. It was just a different beast to handle compared to all the other cars, especially here the Formula 3 car that is lightweight, open wheel, rear wheel driven, lots of downforce. And then you got the touring car, robust, like I said, front wheel drive, not that much power.
Sector 3 is 0.7 off the pace.
And mostly really good racing as well. I don't think I had really a bad race with crashing wise at least in that series. I at least can't remember. And I basically recorded every race I did, so they're all on my channel if you want to rewatch them. There was some really good racing in there as well, and like I said, I tried to do the same with the Formula 3 series last year, or last season, not last year. But it didn't work out. So
Sector 2 is 0.8.
I'm gonna give it one more try. And this is probably my primary series I'm gonna run for a while now, because I love the car. I think it's just the right speed for my skill level.
P15. Sector 3 is 0.8 off the pace.
I'm dropping a little bit, but at least my lap times are consistent around the 131, and I'm not pushing it. That's just, those 131s are really just chill laps. Like you can hear, I can tell you stories about what I want to drive and what happened last season, or in my videos what I tried to do, and I'm not 100% concentrating on driving. So this is really just getting down my lines, my braking points, getting comfortable with the car, especially over the course of a long run. Because like I said earlier in the stream, the most important part is getting to the finish line.
0.6 off the pace.
Especially with that new damage model, because when you're losing a wheel, yeah, you can tow back to the pits, but I don't think they can fix a broken suspension in the pits. So you're basically out if you're having a huge crash. So just seeing the checkered flag.
That last lap was at 130.3.
It usually secures you a pretty good result, and like you see, I actually am pulling low 30s right now with talking and at concentrating on, or 100% concentrating on setting fast lap times. So that car is really coming in.
Sector 1 is 0.4 off the pace.
on a long run, and 0.4 off the pace in Sector 1. That sounds promising because I usually really struggle through hairpin corners, which there are 2 of them in the first sector, so I'm really happy with that. And it's really a joy to drive this car how it is set up right now. Oh, that is wide. Got that rotation. Don't go into gravel pit. It's still a pretty good lap time.
That puts you 1.8 seconds off the pace. Sector 3 is 0.7 off the pace.
I'm really happy with that.
20 minutes remaining. You've got 20 minutes left.
Almost overcooked it there. I think that was a massive slide. At least it felt like it through the wheels, and just about held it. Again, a bit of a slide on entry. I think the tires might be going a little bit, but there's still grip in the corners. It's just on entry into some corners that I feel like the car is sliding a little bit. But there's still enough grip to kind of get the car out of the corners quickly.
Off the pace.
That was a little bit too early apex there for the second part of the chicane. But it's alright. Fast on the gas. Lots of grip in that penultimate corner right now. It's just a joy to drive through right now. And there we go, 129.8. Whilst talking as well.
Sector 3 is 0.3 off the pace.
Starting to get into rhythm right now. I think that might have even been a better first sector than the previous lap.
Sector 1 is 0.5 off the pace.
Oh, very wide. So it was not faster, it was actually a tenth slower than before. Oh, and big lock up there. Off track. Keep it out of the wall.
Don't invalidate this lap. Track limits.
Oh god. The grass is ice right now with the new tire model. Like, a good example right there. Right in front of us. You can't go onto the grass. If you're on the grass with those slick tires, you're gone. It's... yeah, you can really compare to driving on ice or snow. That's what it feels like when you put one or a couple of tires, or at least when you put one tire on the grass, it just sucks you onto the grass. Which really shouldn't happen, or not that extremely. I feel like when you're looking at professional races where some people pull off passes over the grass at some point, but when you put one wheel on the grass, it just sucks you in. And as soon as you have all 4 wheels, or at least the front wheels on the grass, you have no control over the car. Depending on the speed you're going, just can hope that you can slow the car down, which is also...
Sector 1 is 0.9 off the pace.
Yeah, that was really slow because I'm talking right now and not really concentrating again, and a bit out of rhythm because of that lockup the lap before right here. But yeah, like I was saying, you can just pray that you can slow down the car, but as you have more brake pressure on the front wheels, as soon as they're on the grass, there's basically no chance to slowing the car down. If you're going into the grass fast enough, you're just darting into the wall straight on. And actually I was going really slow into the grass the lap before, and I was just lucky that that's safety road or exit road was there that I got grip on. Otherwise I probably would have gone into the wall as well there at very low speed. And so you see the really important part here with the Formula 3 car is to just keep it on track, and I think I mentioned it a couple of times already. You can't crash out in those races, so that's what a lot of people are struggling with, that they can't keep the car on track.
Sector 1 is 0.8 off the pace.
And they crash into the wall really
Toby,
early in the race.
15 minutes left, that's 15 minutes.
Alright, the registration is open as well for the race, which starts in about not quite half an hour to go.
10 minutes of fuel remaining.
I don't think I really did a 20 lap stint now. I think I'm probably on lap 16. No clue what lap that is. Wait, I got it on. It's lap 17. It's in the telemetry data, down on in the middle bottom of your screen. That yellow box that says 17 right now. That's how many laps I did in this stint.
You're a second down in sector 3.
Yeah, I wasn't really pushing, so I'll try and do 3 more laps and then take a break, register for the race.
17th place.
Yeah, I'm dropping down a little bit, but still 17th with that many drivers in a practice. I'm usually pretty happy with that, especially with how few practice. It's not even hours that I put into it. I think it's not 2 hours. It's not even that I put in. The practice that I did right now was
0.8 off the pace.
By far the longest practice session at Zandvoort in the Formula 3 car that I did this week. I think I only did 1 test drive during the week. I think that was on Friday. It was about half an hour maybe. I just did a quick 10-15 minutes before the stream to kind of check the sound and all that, which I hope is still good. It looks good in my stream
currently
preview.
2.2 off the pace. Sector
Nothing
3
came
is
up
0.7 off the pace.
in chat, so it's looking good. And yeah, now it is. So all in all, it maybe amounts to 1 hour 45 minutes. So I'm pretty happy with 17th. I don't know how many drivers have set a lap time yet. I had to crop the timetable on the screen for it to only show 34 drivers. For some odd reason, I can't get the 35th in. It just doesn't show up, as I completely missed this corner again. Definitely a spot to watch out for in the race. So it's only 34 drivers showing up, but it's probably 40, 50.
Sector 2 is 1.2 off the pace.
I'm coming up to my last lap anyway, so that's a point where I can check, or when I get out of the session, I can check how many drivers actually or have set a lap in this session, because it's not just the drivers that are in this session, because drivers are
seconds off the leader's pace.
Are coming in and leaving.
31.6.
Okay, so that's the last lap right now. That's a 20 lap stint. Race length. I think I had maybe 2 off tracks and one spin, I believe, at the beginning of the session.
Sector 1 is 0.4 off the pace.
So that's not ideal. I'm not saying that, but it's alright for what I'm doing right now. But yeah, like I said, people are leaving and going, so no way of telling right now how many people are actually or were or have been in the session. That's the right grammar.
That's 10 minutes left. Five minutes of fuel remaining. 5 minutes.
That was not a good penultimate corner, but it'll do. Last corner, and coming up to the line, checkered flag, and there it is. 130.7.
Sector 3 is 1.2 seconds off the pace.
Alright. Just gonna go to the hairpin and park it at the outside. There's nobody behind me anyway, but just common courtesy. Alright, let's go into the pits and put my face cam on. Bear with me here real quick. Alright, now let's turn the sound of the car off for you. Don't really need it. And let's see. Entries. There have been, or now let's go to the results. Of course there are. There is nowhere where I can see what position they're in. Are you kidding me? Alright, yeah, there is nowhere I can see right now how many people are in or were in this session. I'm definitely in the, I'd say, top midfield of the people that have set a time. Let me wait, yeah, I don't have the timetable on my screen right now, but a lot of people are in my time range. Of course, the number 1 guy set a 127.7. Second fastest guy was already at 128.5, so 0.8 slower between position 1 and position 2. And I'm about a second off to P3 and P18 right now. So really close together, and there's still some time that I can make up on my lap if I really concentrate on it. Especially when I put my quali setup on there. I believe in quali. I hope I can get the tires up to temperature for that second lap. That's gonna be important. But it really, I think there's really, I can't go into the low 129s, I believe. At least, let's say the goal is a mid 29 in the race at some point. So keep that in mind. Alright, let's register for that race in 20 minutes. why can't I register right now for a race? There it is. Alright, registering for the race. Already 42 drivers have signed up for the race. I'm number 43. So already 2 splits happening. And I'm registered for the race. I don't think I'm jumping into the practice session for 18 minutes now. I think I've done enough practice, so I'm just kind of leaving the stream like that, talking a little bit. I don't think there is much to do right now. Let me actually check the stream real quick myself, or the stream overview. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. We've been live for about an hour now. Looking fine. And yeah, if you're watching this, up there, the subscriber goal counter, I want to hit 100 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you're watching this, make sure hit the subscribe button down there. Wait. Down. I don't know. You know it. It's somewhere down there. Let's get the number in. Wait, Jesus, that corner up there. So 13. Let's get that unlucky number out of there. Let's get that subscriber count up a little bit by the end of the year. So yeah, we're just here waiting for the start of the race here. 15 minutes to go for that. So yeah, to kind of summarize, I did it already in my practice session, but it felt really good. The car did in those conditions. So I hope the race conditions are similar. It's dynamic weather, I believe. Let me see if it's on there. No, it doesn't say the race schedule does what conditions it's in, but I believe all races on iRacing are dynamic weather. Call me out if I'm wrong. Correct me. But I believe every session on iRacing, at least the race sessions, are dynamic weather. So I hope we get lucky here and get good conditions. Wait, hang on. Whenever you see me lean forward, I'm doing something on my screen, because if you're watching on the race stream, I can put it on right here. That bar right here is kind of blocking a little bit of my screen. That is the taskbar. So whenever I want to open a program here on my sim screen that is minimized to the taskbar, I kind of have to lean over and stretch my head out a little bit, so I can see where I'm going with my mouse. It's a bit weird, but I think for a stream it's not a problem. At least I hope so. That it doesn't matter to you. It's a bit awkward for me doing that and talking to the camera going up like that, and of course the brim of my cap going up into the wheel cam as well. But let's just switch back to the face cam for now. As you see, again, wrong side, down here, this stream is actually sponsored by my own podcast that I do together with Derek. Already was on before. I don't know if he's on right now. If you're Derek, leave another comment in chat. But I'm doing together with Derek Larger and Josh Neitz every Friday afternoon, Eastern time at least, Friday night for Europeans like me. We're doing the Third Down Squad podcast and NFL podcast. Usually it's on YouTube. We've been on and off with the video versions. I'm usually or I am in charge of editing those, and I just don't have the time sometimes. So But we always upload on Spotify the audio version. So if you're interested in football, NFL, come on over to Spotify. And while we're waiting, actually, I actually didn't set it up, but hang on. This was not really planned, but since I'm talking about it, let's just. Okay, the audio was not playing there. I don't know why that happened, but that's basically our cover for the podcast. And I hope I can get the audio working at some point. Probably not today. But yeah, I basically said whatever the audio says anyway. So if you're interested in the NFL, go check it out. Like I said, every week, usually Friday afternoon, Friday night. Usually recorded at 3, so it's usually up. I try to get it up on Friday. It's up by Friday morning Eastern time. So if you want to watch it, go check it out. We basically cover all the news in the NFL. Right now, of course, we're doing our mock drafts. We're in the third round. Derek did his 3.0 mock draft 2 days ago. I'm going to do my 3.0 mock draft next week on Friday. It's going to be fun. I think with all the trades, there've been a couple, and all the stuff that's been happening in free agency, I think my mock draft is going to change quite a bit. I haven't done it yet, but from the top of my head, I think there's gonna be a lot of stuff that is gonna change there. So I think that's enough for the Third Down Squad podcast. But I'm gonna mute myself real quick. I need a drink. I'm kind of having a dry mouth right now from all the talking I'm doing. But I'll be back in a sec. All right, we're back. It's a little bit of fiddling with my mouse right here. I have a wireless mouse, Logitech right here. It's really old. I think I've had this mouse for, I don't know. I want to say it's probably been at least 8 years that I had this mouse, and it's still working. And I gotta say, I had some rage with it as well. So that thing flew against walls through my rooms already. So I'm amazed it still works, but at least the way it doesn't quite work that well, like I said before. So it requires some fiddling whenever I want to do something on my screen here. As I'm here always muting something that is going on to the stream, and it can be awkward because I kind of gotta always find the right spot where I can move the mouse cursor around whenever I'm going. Maybe it's probably an area of maybe 2 or 4 square inches where it works, and whenever I'm crossing the line there, my mouse just doesn't work anymore. But as I'm rambling on, we got about 8 more minutes until I can get into the race. Of course, there's gonna be a short practice before that. I believe that's usually 3 minutes. But you gotta substitute the loading time as well. So usually it's only really only get 2 minutes of practice. After the 2 minutes, we got a 2-lap qualification run. So 1 out lap, 2 timed runs. Fastest lap of the 2 is gonna basically set your grid position, and as soon as you're going off track, get a 1x for off track or crash spin. This lap is invalid for whoever's not familiar with iRacing. So that lap doesn't count. And I believe this season they implemented something to prevent cheating with tire warming, with doing burnouts, donuts, and stuff like that. So I believe it's under 50 kilometers an hour, or when you're going below 50 kilometers an hour, the tire completely resets in warmth and wear. So it's a completely fresh set of slick tires, not warmed up. So they're gonna be slippery as hell after you spin or slow down heavily. So you really got to try and have a clean run during all 3 laps of qualification, because usually you can't heat the tires perfectly during your out lap. So your first time lap isn't that fast, and your second one will be the faster one. So when you're making a mistake early in your out lap, you're probably fine, but as soon as you have a late mistake, a late spin, or a late slowdown in your out lap, or even in your first timed lap, your second lap is going to be completely off, because you're getting a new set of tires on there that aren't up to grip yet. So really putting all the 3 of those laps mistake-free together, it's a new challenge this season on iRacing. It hasn't been around last season. It's new, like I said, for it was introduced with the 2020 Season 2 update 3 weeks ago. And it puts a completely different dynamic on how you qualify for a race. I think it's my first race in the 2020 second season. So I have no experience with that. And you're gonna experience live with me here on stream, or if you're watching it back. And okay, something just closed on me on my screen. I don't know why that happened. But yeah, that one is gonna bring a totally different dynamic. There it is, back up. It's gonna bring a completely different dynamic to how you approach the qualification. Because yeah, you can't go for that full speed lap in your first lap, or your first timed lap, to really get your tires up to temperature and get the maximum grip out of them for its second lap, if you're confident that you don't get a wheel on the grass and spin out, like I've talked about earlier in my hour-long practice that I did. Or the other option is you, of course, try to warm up your tires with weaving and stuff in your out lap, and continue doing so for at least 2/3 of your first timed lap as well, and basically sacrificing your first lap for tire warming, and then go full speed in the third sector, getting up to speed. And especially here in Zandvoort, like to talk about that penultimate corner, getting all that speed out of there into the last corner onto the long straight, is going to be really important for that second time lap to get all the momentum out of there. I'm not going to try it. I think it's Arie Luijendijk corner, the last corner there, that is now banked for the actual Netherlands Grand Prix, or what would have been this year's Netherlands Grand Prix. For now, it's just postponed. Nobody knows if it's happening or when it's happening. But we're still on the old layout without the banking. The new layout hopefully comes to iRacing at some point as well. But yeah, that part is really important to nail in qualification, to get into those timed laps, get all the speed out of there, and carry that momentum down the front straight to get the maximum out of there. It's probably, I don't know, it's probably 1 or 2 tenths that you can lose or gain on that front straight. But looking at the results in practice and how close those guys between the third place and I was in 18th, it's probably back to 25 in that practice session. So 22 drivers within about 1.5 seconds. So it's really important to get those 1/2 tenths, which is just 2 corners in a straight. So it's really important to get those couple of tenths there. Hang on real quick. Alright, in the times of Corona, I had to sneeze. Don't worry, I don't have the virus yet, and I hopefully don't get it. But yeah, like I said, that's the real important part, and I can tell you my strategy right now. I'm definitely, of course, gonna weave around in that out lap, out of the pits, to warm up the tires. I think, or I'm 99.9% sure, depending on the weather conditions out there, I'm gonna put a safety lap in on my first timed lap, to kind of have a lap without an off track, and then go full speed on that second lap. No tire warming in that second lap, just going for a safety lap time in case I get an off track or invalidate my lap time on that second lap, to have a safety net to fall on and not start from the very back off the grid right now, as we're 20 seconds away from opening up the session. There are 163 drivers signed up right now for a race in Zandvoort in the Formula 3 race. 164. So really packed field right now. One of the most popular series, the F3 right now. And yeah, I think the race should be open. Let's join the race session. Alright, gotta open that up. I know I'm gonna look stupid doing it, but that's how I gotta do it. Okay, and I'm getting an error. I don't think you heard that. Sim is running. Okay, I don't think I... Well, that went amazingly bad. Alright, it just threw me out of the race server. That is amazing. I'm not registered for the race anymore. I mean, I can... Let me... God, if my mouse will work, I could show you. There it is. Alright, wait, hang on. Almost there with you. Alright, here we are, in my iRacing stuff. So here is the Dallara F3 race, and I'm not registered for it anymore, as you can see in the bar up top. It just threw me out of the session, so I don't know what I should do right now. I can't register for it anymore because the race servers have already been assigned. This did not go as planned. Like I said, that's the technical difficulties that I had last season for the recordings as well. I have no idea what to do right now, to be honest. I showed you my practice session. That's not all I want to do. I don't know if there are any other sessions available right now. Let me check. Something that I could race in. Hopefully something unofficial. Okay. I was hoping that stream would go as planned. We'd have a Formula Sprint race in 40 minutes, but I don't want to wait that long anymore. And I don't want to keep you waiting that long anymore as well. And I think that would actually be an official race, I believe, in Class D with a fixed setup around Detroit Grand Prix at Belle Isle. That's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna race a official series on a street course that I have not practiced at, and no. So let's see all the races that are going on right now. Okay, so where can I sort these? Okay, that's not sorting at all. I'm in the beta UI, if you haven't noticed, and there's some stuff that is not working right now. We'd have a Dallara dash in 40 minutes. That's too long. Why can't I register for anything? Alright, I got something. I'm gonna try the BMW 12.0 challenged fixed setup at Detroit Belle Isle. I know I said I'm not gonna do a race at a track that I have no practice in a car that I have no practice with, or at least I had practice with the Formula 3 car, but I have no experience whatsoever in the BMW M8. So this is gonna be an absolute shit show, and I'm apologizing already for it. It starts in about 8 minutes at what is it, 3:30? It's a 12-minute race. At least it's not long, but those big boys in a street circuit. If my sim starts, I'm just gonna put that out there. My sim has to start first, and by the way, that down there, Formula 3 Simicube, that's not what's happening right now anymore. So let me... I think that's the one. Yep, let me just put that away. It's not Formula 3 anymore. It's GT now on a street circuit in one of the biggest GT cars ever on a track. I hope this works now. I'm just making this up right now. We're an hour and 23 minutes about into the stream, and I want to show you racing. So I hope this works. If not, I might just do an iRace. The title of the stream is not correct anymore. The thumbnail is not right anymore. Disregard the hour of practice that I just put in. And I don't know how many of you were watching at that point. I'm really sorry. I just gotta apologize again that the Formula 3 race ain't happening, because I don't think the error sound went through because I muted the audio output to the stream. So it's just my mic right now on stream. But yeah, this sucks. I really would have loved to have raced in that race at Zandvoort in the Formula 3. I was doing really well to what I usually do in the practice sessions. I really got used to the car. I got a feel for the track. I got the flow down, I believe, at least for me, to my skill level. I wasn't doing 27s or 28s, but it was a good time for me, and I hope this loads now, because I really want to do an all-in race, and I'd really hate to do an AI race right now on the stream where I promised an online race. But yeah, again, I just gotta apologize. It probably stinks even more for me than it does for you guys, but it's just infuriating for me, really, that stuff keeps happening, because I really want to race in that Formula 3 car. It's a lot of fun. Like I said, it's probably my favorite car right now on the iRacing service, and I also want to put that content out to you. Even if there aren't that many people watching my channel right now and following my content, at least I only know of Derek that is regularly watching my videos. So I was really hoping to get that Formula 3 stream at least on a regular basis, and started today. Fortunately, it didn't happen. I don't know what the error was. I just heard the sound and it was gone. And I was not registered for the event anymore. I don't know if it was my PC that crapped itself again, or if something went wrong in the back end of iRacing with my registration for the event. Now I can't talk anymore. I've been talking for 1.5 hours almost. Not quite 1.5 hours, but close to it. So I kind of gotta figure it out what caused it, and hopefully I can do something about it for next week, because we got the Canadian Grand Prix next week at the Circuit Villeneuve in Montreal, which should be a pretty fun race, something similar to a street circuit, or let's say street circuit-ish, because you got a little bit of runoff areas, but the walls are in some spots really close to the track. Um, it's really challenging, especially with those long straights and slipstream battles that are going on in probably in Formula 3 there. I think I did a Formula 3 race there at some point, but that's probably been about a year ago, if not even longer. It could actually be on this channel. I think there's for sure a Donington race on this channel from some way back then when the Formula 3 car came out. And I think in that time span I did a Montreal race as well, but I'm not 100% sure if I did a video on it and put it on the channel back then. But yeah, we're getting close to the BMW 12.0 challenge we're at Detroit Grand Prix at Belle Isle. I don't know why I keep saying the full name, but I could just say Belle Isle or Detroit, and probably everybody would know what I'm talking about. But yeah, 119 drivers are signed up right now for that event. I'm starting to talk like before in the Formula 3. I'm just praying right now that this race is happening. I hope it is. And if you catch me watching up there, that's where my stream preview is on the second monitor. And I always keep checking if the audio is right, if the CPU lag is alright, the encoding fits, and it's all still working. So everything is somewhere. I got my iPad right there with my camera where I have to chat. So far only Derek put a message there, but it's fine. Didn't expect a huge turnout right now. Got all my keyboards, mouses for 2 PCs right here. So it's a bit all over, but like I said, it's the first iRacing stream. It's all over the place, and I'm just trying to figure out how to do it. Of course, the stuff with the Formula 3 race crashing, or before even going into the session, it crashing. It sucks, but we're mere seconds away from being able to join the BMW 12.0 challenge. And alright, it's open to join. Let's click the join button and see if something's coming up. Something's loading, and at least I'm getting further than I did with the Formula 3 race. What is my mouse pointer doing? There it is. It's loading. Come on, be good. It's opening the channel. Come on. Error again. Something's not right. Okay, gotta withdraw from that one as well. I'm gonna try and do an AI race, so I get something on that stream. I unfortunately for the AI, Zandvoort is not available yet. That would have been great right now to race at. But let's do a race at Barcelona. Random weather, no practice, 2-lap qualifier. Let's do a 30-minute race if it loads. The Lara F3. For whatever reason, my AI roster isn't loading either for the Formula 3 cars. Great. That is amazing. I think next time I'll try and do it from the website and not from the beta UI anymore. Alright, let's just randomly create some F3 drivers from the iRacing preset. Let's drive against 24 AIs. Skill spread is going to be between 75% and 105%. That's usually a pretty good skill spread from what I've seen in the F3 course. Standing start. Noon. Okay, let's try and race. Hopefully this works and I don't get another error. If that ain't working either, there's no other option than closing the stream. But that's opening. Yeah, I can load that race, so... Alright, I know that's not the content you want to see, but... or necessarily, or what I promised. I don't want to say that you don't want to see that content, because maybe AI is alright for you. Let me know in chat or the comments when you're watching back that video. But I think just keeping it with the practice and me talking for probably over half an hour now, I don't think that quite cuts it for a stream. So I just want to give you a little bit of racing, even if it's against the AI. I'm really sorry again that online racing isn't happening. I promised in Formula 3 or a Formula 3 race at Zandvoort. My application crashed. I tried to get into the BMW 12.0 at Belle Isle. The application crashed, and now I tried to get into an AI race, and that one is opening. I have no idea why I can't get into an AI race, but not into an online race when I could get into an online practice session before. My internet is obviously fine because I'm streaming this, so this just seems weird. I mean, I'm in the session right now at Barcelona, and let me... Oh god, some application just started up. I don't know where that is opening. I hope it's not covering something up. Doesn't look like it. Let's close it down. And alright, I'm in the race. I believe everything is working right now. I'm in qualification right now. I did no practice at all. I'm loading into the car right now. I have a black screen in front of me. I hope the application is not crashing again. My screen is pitch black, and I'm in the car right now, as you can hear the engine start, I believe. So I'm gonna put the stream into the race view right now. So I'm in the car right now. It's running. It's all AIs, as you can see over there in the timetable somewhere, all the way over there. The AIs are already finishing their outlap. I hope this is working. And
there's traffic approaching. Watch your mirrors. Okay, Toby, we've got 2 laps to get the job done.
Alright, I doubt there is traffic approaching in qualification. I have no clue about braking points or anything. I'm also racing with the Zandvoort setup that I had on. I have no idea if that's a good setup around Barcelona. So, as I lock up here, I'm not even trying to weave around to warm up the tires, just getting up to speed with the track here on that lap. It's not full speed by any means. Again, if you're just joining, this is an AI race right now because all my online races crashed when I tried to join, and I at least wanted to get some racing in here on the stream, even if it's only against AIs and a default AI set, because my custom AI sets wouldn't load. And which is a shame because I did a custom AI set for the opponents that I raced last year online in the F3 car.
Just done a 139.1
with their actual liveries. So now we only got standard iRacing liveries, which are okay. They don't really support the realism, because they really seem standard. There's nothing fancy about them. But for racing, it's not that much
off the pace in sector 1.
about watching it paints during the race than having good racing against them. And the AIs are pretty good for them still being in the beta phase for iRacing. So I hope this is actually a good race. I think I've never driven F3 AIs in Barcelona before. So I hope my skill spread fits for this circuit as well, and the AIs don't just drive away from me. Oh god, don't get it off track. And there was contact, not off track, so it's over anyway. That's big damage, and a slowdown.
Just done a 138.6. You'll need to slow down if you don't want a penalty.
I can't actually see the slowdown, but that's not gonna help me in the last lap, time lapse. So starting way back. As you can see, I actually haven't done any or a lot of AI races with the F3 car, as I still have the default 64 number on my car in AI races. I haven't even bothered to change the number yet. But yeah, at least we're getting some racing in here, whilst I am completely locking up for the hairpin again. The car definitely felt better at Zandvoort, I'm not gonna lie, because I should have shifted down into third, sorry, from fourth, through the chicane. Again, late on the brakes. Almost locked up. Got out of it early enough and still got the car to slow down. My nose is itching right now, which is never good whilst driving. Should have shifted down here as well. Through the last chicane. Big bump over the sausage curb. By no means a fast lap. Probably last place. Why is my session over? Did I cross the finish line already? I have no idea where the finish line is here. On the regular layout, so let's get on the grid. I have no idea what position I'm in. I think I saw something 20. It says here 23rd, so I think that's still okay. At least not last. Yeah, 23rd.
P23. The track temp is 41 Celsius. 30 minutes. Okay, Toby, here we go. Go! Blue flag.
Alright, decent start here. AI is not good at starting it right now.
Clear all round, on your left.
Going through
Hold your
the
line.
inside.
Still there.
The
Still there.
invisible sausage curb in turn 1.
Hold your line.
Still
Clear
a
left.
problem. Just trying not to crash
Car
here.
right. Hold your line. Still there. Hold your line.
Oh god, big slide.
Clear right. Right side. Clear right.
Oh god, lost it on the curb. Don't crash into me. Don't crash into me. Thank you.
There's an incident in turn 5.
Yeah, that would be me. And I took somebody with me. Sorry about that. That happens when you don't know the track. At least not in the car you're driving. So, yay!
There's a big mess in turn 12.
Oh god.
There's an incident in turn 11. Yellow flag. Watch out.
There they are.
On your right. Clear right.
Incident in turn 13. It looks like hill.
Jesus. And I'm following.
On your right. Clear right.
Okay, and I'm
Incident in
turning
turn
another
14.
guy around. This is fucking going well.
P19.
I just want to say, this does not reflect how I usually drive in the F3 car. I just have no idea how to go around the track in an F3 car. First time doing it without practice, so probably shouldn't have done this on a stream, but here we are.
The gap ahead is now 2.7 seconds.
Let's try and close that gap. That's enough track.
Pay attention to track limits, please, Toby.
Don't know why, because I think I still had at least 2 wheels on the actual asphalt and not on the curb. But whatever. Way too early apex.
The leader has just done a 139.4.
They're already across the finish line. Or for this lap, I should say. And I'm losing way too much time in this third sector. way too early apex once again. I always forget how long that turn is. Don't get enough track again.
P19.
Well, that's not good when you're just 25 cars on the track and 24 of them are AIs.
The leader has just done a 138.3.
But at least it's a challenge. Oh, that's way too fast. Oh god. Big slider. Took the sausage curb once again, and the guy in front of me is gone again.
Fastest lap.
Yeah, for me.
The gap in front is now 2.1.
Alright, we're close in. Oh, he's slowing down. What
Big
happened
pile
there?
up in turn 12. Horn is now leading.
Alright,
There's an
I
incident
got
in turn 11. Yellow flag.
something going on with my PC right now.
There's an incident in turn 13. We think it might be Nash.
Don't mind if I
Clear
go...
left.
Dude!
Left side. Clear left.
What the hell? Alright, that didn't go as planned. That was an AI crash, but that's the race done. That's the content for today. Shit. Yeah, sorry once again. I don't know how much I gotta apologize, and I probably have to apologize even more than I already did. And I hate it as much as you guys do, that there was no actual racing on this stream today, but something didn't want me to have any content in the stream. Let's turn the background audio off. There we go. Because this is getting annoying. Hang on. There we go. Yeah, sorry again. This did not go as I planned, and I hope I can do something about it in my next stream. I don't know if it was my PC's fault, if it was iRacing's fault, if it had to do with the beta UI, or if I just should use the website to join races and register for them. I'll try again next week. Keep an eye out on my channel and on my Twitter page. I'll put the time and date up whenever I know that I have time to race. Yeah, that's it for now. Once again, even if there wasn't any real content in this stream or this video, because this is gonna go on my channel to rewatch it or watch it if you haven't joined the stream. Even if there is no content in it other than me practicing and talking about shit. It's I'd say that the practicing was still fun for me. At driving and racing is fun, even if there was no racing in this other than the AIs right now, and that ended in a big mess in the last chicane, I believe. That was the AI's fault. Actually, let me maybe get a replay up for that. I'll try and figure something out on the fly right now. How I get the replay up on full screen. Alright, I'm in the replay right now, but yeah, something's going on with my sim right now. It only lets me fast forward with 2x. So, can't go up any more than 2x. Don't know what's that about, but maybe somebody has experience with it and can help me with it. But let me see if I can get that up. Don't know if you still have mic audio on that. I believe you still do. But I'll go and start the replay. I don't think there is audio on right now on the replay, but as you can see, I'm coming up on the uphill right-hander. Don't know which turn it is. That's the corner right before the chicane, and that's where the guys spin. And he's coming on track, and with the cones under his front wing, just driving straight into me. I don't know what that was about, and I just reset right back to the pits. So yeah, that's iRacing. However, somebody of your employees watches this, or somebody affiliated to iRacing watches this and sees that, please fix that about the AIs. But yeah, like I said before, if you want to help me out, even if this wasn't a good stream, please help me get those 100 subscribers till the end of the year. At least get it up to off that ugly number 13 right now. But I think that's the end of the stream right now. Nothing really else that I could do other than maybe show you the entire replay of the AI race up from the start. That I'm gonna put up as soon as the end of the stream, which is gonna be pretty soon. Hang on, almost got it. Alright, so yeah, again, apologies that there was no online racing today. I would have loved to race myself online as well, but unfortunately it didn't happen. But as I said, I hope I see you on my next stream next week. It's gonna be at Montreal, the Circuit Villeneuve, with the Formula 3 car. I'm gonna try it again to get into the race while I'm streaming. I hope I can figure out what caused the error and get it fixed for next week. But until then, see ya.
Keep it nice and smooth. Come on, let the race come to us. 15 minutes left. Okay, Toby, that's half distance. Fuel levels are fine. Alright, Toby. There'll be chances here. Let's make sure we can take them. 10 minutes remaining. 10 minutes.